For more on all of this, I'm joined now by former U.S. intelligence analyst Mark Kagan, joining us here in the studio. One retired intelligence official said the release was, quote, real bad for the agency. I guess those two words pretty accurate. What was your feelings when you first heard this news?
Oh my God. First of all, coming on top of Snowden's leaks for NSA and now CIA, and I'm thinking, you guys have got to get your act together on security, on doing things to either keep people from doing this or keeping the people who would do this out of the front door. And it's
How does something like this happen?
Part of the problem, I think, is, and this is my personal opinion, is that the person who probably did this was a contractor, and the intelligence community employs tens of thousands of contractors, most of them through government contractors. That's part of the general outsourcing of government work since actually it started with President Clinton and really accelerated under President George W. Bush and continued under President Obama. And they aren't part of the culture of the intelligence community, even if they're former intelligence employees who then go work for a contractor at double or triple their previous salary. I think that's part of the element. The second thing is they've got to have better screening, and third, perhaps, maybe they shouldn't be doing some things that will get people upset enough to say, I'm going to blow out my life.
Well, you bring that up. One of those guys who did that, Edward Snowden, he was a government contractor with the NSA, and one of the things that he exposed was the bugging of Angela Merkel's cell phone. Now we hear that they had a house in Frankfurt where they were doing all of this spying, apparently, or working on, as I want to get it right, Europe, China, and the Middle East. Multiple reports out now that the German government kind of unhappy about this. They're investigating. Talk to me about the fallout in this relationship between Germany and the United States, given that this is kind of the second to drop on them.
This is straight out of TV. I mean, whether it's Homeland or another cable TV program that I just finished watching about the CIA station in Germany and their the blowback on when they're exposed in Germany. There's got to be more operational security, even though they talk about it all the time, and there's got to be more coordination, and they've also got to be thinking, what happens if this leaks? And in this case, in the long term, things will get back to normal. In the short term, they will have access closed off. People won't be as cooperative. People won't return phone calls. That's in the short term. But in the long term, they're going to get back to business as usual because the business is so critical to both countries.
Snowden tweeted evidence mounts showing CIA, FBI knew about catastrophic weaknesses in the most used smartphones in America, but kept them open to spy. That's a pretty strong indictment. Is that accurate, do you think?
I think it's perhaps an exaggeration. I think that they may have known things, and from what I've seen of the leaks, yes, they had them.
But there is always the potential for blowback. That happened a lot after Snowden. Do you think that's the case here as well? I mean, everybody's got a smartphone. They've got these TVs, all these devices to think that they can be used against you.
As far as individuals are concerned, as far as companies are concerned, they don't really have to worry about this. For individuals, most people are not going to get the attention of any intelligence agency whatsoever. You have more concern about cyber criminals hacking into your phones or your laptops or even your refrigerator at home than you do about any intelligence agency. You have more concern as a company that the people who work for you simply are not following the most basic security rules, that they open email from people that they don't know, which downloads viruses onto their computer, or that they don't upload the latest security upgrades for their systems. If they were just doing this and closing the back doors and even the front doors, it would solve a tremendous amount of the security problems that people and companies have. As far as the intelligence communities are concerned, that's their job. And having come from that background, I hope that they're doing a good job in that respect. I just hope they're doing will do a better job in terms of security in the future.
And vetting all the people that work for him.
Yes.
Mark Kagan, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming in.